G'day art adventurers, I just received this guy in the mail, and if you've been watching my recent videos, you would have seen my last unboxing for my SketchBox series and that I didn't enjoy the box at all and I cancelled my subscription, but I heard about these grab bags, so let's explore them. And I think that they might be very similar because I watched a video where someone got the exact same first item, which is a dual brush pen set from Tombow, but I was actually hoping to get this. I've only got 2 Tombow markers, and these alone are worth the price of the grab bag. So I think on Amazon these are like something like $18 this set, but this grab bag is $15 with $3 postage if it's still available on the SketchBox store. So that's a cool deal in my book, and there's more to come. Oh, if you don't know about these, I'm gonna demonstrate them in a second, but they're brush markers and they're water-based, so you can water them down and use them a little bit like watercolor. Depending on the kind of paper, you'll get mixed results. Oh, yep, and the next item is exactly the same as what my friend got. By the way, I watched a video from Sandrine's gallery, and I'll put a card up and I'll link her down below. This is how I found out about this SketchBox grab bag, and I've been following her for such a long time. She's an amazing YouTube artist, and I really recommend checking out her work. She does a range of people portraits, animal portraits, just beautiful art with all sorts of materials. So here we have some liquid metals. I'm always a fan of shiny things, as you probably have realized if you've been watching my videos. So I'm super excited for that as well. Ooh, next we have Momoiro. So it's a peach colored pencil. Luckily I can read it. And it's a Tombow recycle pencil. And I've always wanted to try these out, but I had so many high quality pencils that I just never bothered to buy any when I lived in Japan or since then. So I'm really excited that I've got one and that they're recycled and that I can also read the Japanese of it's peach colored, although it looks far more pinky pink than peach pink to me, but it says Momoiro there, which means peach. Momo means peach, sorry. Iro means color. SketchBox sticker, and I have one here as well. And a La Plume Marvy marker. Sandrine got one of these as well. Hers was in a light pink color. Mine looks like a vibrant purple color. Oh, maybe not. Nope, it's also a light pink color. I just saw that. That's a bit misleading. So P785 is the color number, and do they have names? I saw these many times in stores when I was in Japan and tried them out on their paper there, but I've never bought one because I had Copic markers. But from what I can tell, they're actually very good. They're not refillable, but they're far cheaper in Japan. And here, ooh, I've never heard of this. Something from the Czech Republic. It's a Koh-i-Noor Hardmouth sepia light color, which I'm sure would be beautiful for sketching. Sepia works so well for sketching. I'm always a fan of color pencils, so I'm excited to get 2 color pencils in this grab bag. I think Sandrine only got 1, and then she got maybe something else. So that is it, but totally worth it. I felt like my last Sketchbox really wasn't worth it for what you got, which was really just a bunch of pens, and I expected mostly pens in this grab bag as well because it seems like what Sketchbox gives a lot of. But I've gotten a few different materials here, and more importantly, I think it's great value for money. So again, thank you so much to Sandrine's gallery for showing her grab bag and recommending it, and I'm really excited to try out these materials. Just to recap, I've got the Tombow dual brush marker set, some color pencils, 2 different brands, which is always exciting, Tombow Recycle and Koh-i-Noor Sepia Light, a Marvy La Plume in pink, and liquid metals in silver, I guess. Oh, pearl white. I got liquid metals pearl white. I have some photocopy paper here, or normal regular computer paper, some Grumbucker watercolor paper sampler. I believe this is cellulose watercolor paper. And then here I have some 100% cotton, 300 grams watercolor paper, and it's Muse Lamplight, a Japanese brand. Okay, so we'll start with the Momoiro Peach Tombow recycled pencil on each. It lays down fairly smoothly. It feels like it's quite a hard lead and not super pigmented, but not terrible. And on this watercolor paper, you can see texture from the tooth of the paper developing, which is to be expected. And then on the high quality watercolor paper, the Muse Lamplight, a similar sort of effect, but I would say a brighter pigment developing. Then let's try the sepia Koh-i-No color. Oh wow, it's very strong and very pigmented, and you need very, very little pressure to get out the pigment. I'm very surprised by the quality here. Really, it seems to be very high quality. I wonder if these are artist quality or light fast pencils, but that really, really surprises me. It feels like a charcoal. Maybe it is Gioconda. I'm going to have to look up this, but it feels like some sort of charcoal pencil, so maybe not the best for sketching, but it's going to be a really fun art supply to make actual pieces with. And yeah, the pigment's coming off very, very easily there, so I'm pretty sure it's not a color pencil, but rather a charcoal, and so that's why you want to test out your items. Okay, I brought the camera in a little bit, and I'll try to see if I can blend these out. First, the Tombow recycled pencil on the copy paper. Then the Grumbucker cellulose watercolor paper is next. And it seems to blend fairly well. And then the high quality cotton watercolor paper. And I think it has a pretty good blending as well. Now I suspect this will spread a lot. I'm really quite sure it's some sort of charcoal pencil. This is the Koh-i-No pencil, or the sepia color. And I really like both of them, and they both work and perform well on all the types of paper, I think, for what they are. So next up we have the Marvy Le Plume marker in a pinkish color, P785. It just has a single brush, cap fits on the end, and this is on the copy paper. It feels exactly like I expected it to from the ones that I'd tried out in Japan. It has a wonderful brush pen tip. They're quite cheap in Japan. I don't know how much they cost elsewhere. This is on the cellulose watercolor paper. And then we've got the cotton watercolor paper. And these are alcohol markers, so I don't expect that they will move with water added, but let's just try a little bit anyway. So adding lots of water, no effect on any of the papers, and shows that they dry quite quickly too. Okay, so next up I have liquid metals. So I have this pack of crafting paper that I picked up in Japan. It's just got all different colors, but I'm guessing that it will show up best on black paper. So I'll just try it on some of this black and picking up very little. And it helps if I'm on camera while I'm doing that. So let's try again. And it does have a soft shimmery pearl sort of effect. And then I'll try adding quite a little bit of water and then just kind of scrubbing at it to see how much I can pick up. And you can definitely get a stronger effect if you really push it. And I'm sure it layers if you're wanting to do that as well. So I don't have anything quite like this, so I'm really quite excited to explore it and to see what I can make with it. It looks really fun. So that is the liquid metals. The liquid metals aquarelle. And I guess it just gets stored in this little clamshell case. Okay, so back to the white papers for the Tombow Dual brush marker set. Now, from what Sandrine demonstrated and from what other people have said, these markers can dry out over time, and I've heard that these have been stored or likely been stored in the SketchBox store for some time, which makes sense. They're trying to get rid of them. It's a little bit hard to open. So possibly some of them have dried out, but I hope not. Okay, so we'll start with the pale cream 020. I don't believe they have color numbers, and these are dual-ended. But I'm just going to try out the brush marker end. And this one seems to be working fine. It feels quite scratchy and a lot drier on the very high quality watercolor paper, which is surprising, but it lays down much more smoothly on the cheap copy paper. And then let's try adding some water to each of them. And then I'll time lapse the other colors. So I think that's kind of a success. And I've also heard that you have to get in and wet them very quickly. Otherwise it's hard to make them blend and move. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking of getting them. Okay, so I'll just time lapse the other colors in turn. 850. 800. This one feels fairly dry. 772. 912. And finally, 969. Thank you for watching this grab bag unboxing and swatching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you could click that little subscribe button on the end card, or press the like button. It really helps me out if you click and give me a like. And I'll see you guys soon for another art adventure where I'll try out these materials to make a piece of art. But for now, take care. Bye.